Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. There's a story that's been released today with regards to Shona Robinson, and I think it kind of shows that she's scared. She's running frit. Fiat, I think, is the term, because she knows how badly she's done, and so therefore doesn't want to face the music. And it's extraordinary because it isn't just her. It seems no one in the SNP is prepared to admit that they've actually screwed everything up so badly that they refuse now to even attend meetings. This is stunning. I mean, it's going back to the beginning of the year and after the last budget in December. But there's supposed to be this series of meetings in which people turn up and discuss what's going on. And Shona Robinson keeps dodging it because I think she's realised that she's completely out of her depth, that the decisions she's made have been appallingly bad, and that she doesn't want to be held accountable for them. It's the only explanation. But why else would she do this? The Finance Secretary has missed out on a meeting with key stakeholders about taxes in the month after using her budget to hike rates for thousands of Scots, and she refused to give businesses the rates relief that the Westminster government paid over the money to do. So she's put the taxes up, she's kept money that should have been passed on, and she's supposed to go to this meeting and explain her thinking and rationale, and she didn't. And then she's consistently hasn't. She's dodged this meeting of this group to analyse the impact of these tax rises on businesses and on people and things. And this is after she's around. She's announced all these tax rises across the board, and cuts, and 200 million off the social housing budget and that. And the new tax rate for those earning over 75,000. So she's had that. So the concerns have been raised about how all this is affecting people. And they were supposed to have this series of meetings. Not a dicky bird. She just doesn't go. She's got the taxes on alcohol, which have been proven not only to be not effective, but actually making things worse. She's not addressing that. She won't talk to anyone about that, so she's not going to the meeting for that. She's announced a tax on sugar and on alcohol, that will be applied to supermarkets, but that's only being put onto the rates that supermarkets pay. It doesn't mean that they're going to put the price of alcohol up, and they're not, because they make such a nice profit now with the minimum unit price that's nice. That's money for nothing. And so, yes, when they have these extra costs, they're going to put, tuppence on eggs, 5p on bread, and so forth to make up that money. And so ultimately, by putting this tax on supermarkets, what she's actually doing is making food more expensive for Scots. And who does the biggest proportion of food budget go? The poorer. They spend more proportionally on food than the rich. And so she's actually taxing poor people more than the rich, proportionately. So she was asked to come and talk about that. She won't come and talk about that. She is running frit. All these things that are damaging, or wherever a decision has been made on the budget, on the economy, on finances, she has, without fail, got it wrong. And now she's not facing the music. She refuses to go to these meetings, these committees. Her junior minister, Tom Arthur, he failed to attend them either. So you've got no one from the Ministry of Finance, the Department of Finance at Holyrood, turning up to these meetings because they're scared, because they know how bad they've made the problem. They know that every decision they've made has been the wrong decision. And all these people are turning up. And you're getting the chambers of commerce, you're getting tax inspectors, you're getting accountants, you're getting analysts, you're getting sort of, think tank groups all turning up going, where's Shona? And they look around and there is no Shona, and there is no Tom Arthur, and there is no one from the Scottish government turning up. It's meant to meet every couple of months. They haven't met since February. And even then, Shona wasn't there. And it's just sadly typical of this government, isn't it? They just refuse to listen to anyone. They refuse to acknowledge that they get things wrong. And rather than trying to address the problem, rather than trying to even explain the rationale and the reasoning behind what they're doing, they run away and hide. Anyone who questions these plans is bullied or is insulted, is spurned. And that's even within their own government. This isn't people on the outside attacking inwards. It's people within the group, within the department. I say, this isn't a good idea. Oh, and you're losing out. They've made Scotland the highest taxed on income tax part of Britain. They've got the highest cost of living because booze is expensive, now food is expensive. They're destroying the NHS because they refuse to match the pay demands. And they're blaming everything on Westminster, of course, because, it's always Westminster, isn't it? It's never the fact that you've got a woman with an IQ of 86 put into a position for which she is clearly and plainly out of her depth, who looks at everything like a rabbit in the headlights, who has only now dawning on her what a complete and utter pig's ear she's made of everything. And she's running away in craven cowardice. And no one else is admitting it. Why isn't John Swinney sitting there going, Shona, let's face it, love, you're shit. So I'm going to get rid of you. I'm going to put someone else in. Someone who can actually use a calculator. Someone who can count. Someone who can read. Someone who doesn't sit there all day thinking she's a potato. Shona Robinson has got it wrong time and time and time again. And what's that? It's not just opinion. It's provable fact. And you can see by the numbers, the economy is stalling. The high wealth individuals are leaving. Everything that could go wrong is going wrong because the decisions made by the idiots at the top were the wrong decisions and have been every single time, consistently for 17 years. Stop voting for morons. And the SNP voters out there are going, well, it's still Westminster's fault. No, you are the ones voting retards into positions of authority. It's your fault. You're going to have to do something. Roll on 2026 and vote these idiots out. Thanks very much. Bye.